Hey guys, gonna do a initial review on the M201 tonight, and I'm gonna try to keep it under 10 minutes in one part, just for two buddies on ECF that give me grief about my reviews. Obviously, this box is probably looking familiar. This is a s'more unit. I don't know if there are any other models. Look inside, looks pretty familiar. We've got the instructions. These things are getting rather thick. They are still in English, still highly entertaining light reading when you're in the bathroom. This is not so cleanly in there, but batteries are charged, atomizers primed up, ready to go. Atomizer, a blank mouthpiece only, and the battery. With that said, I love these boxes. You can stuff all kinds of things in there. And, you know, it's a nice little presentation. I did buy these, did buy the 201 off of a forum member, kind of as new overstock. And in the theme of nicely packed, he went ahead and put it in a big white box and wrapped it with a bow. So, thanks for that. Anyway, let's go ahead and put this thing together. I do want to get a shot. I know Figurehead had done a review and said, wow, that wick's huge. See if we can get that viewable at all. Wow, there we go. So you can see the wick is indeed rather large. Throw this guy together. And here is a cart for him. And these guys pop in fairly solidly. Actually, like a little audible click. By comparison to this guy is a 201 cart. This is a generic Penstyle cart from Johnson Creek. There's about a millimeter difference in there. These guys, the generics, will fit. They are a little bit loose. But you can still generally hang it out of your mouth. The carts that came with the mouthpiece carts that came with the 201 really click in there. You know, so it's pretty much, from all I can tell, it's an 8-in-1 clone. I don't have an 8-in-1 on hand to directly compare it to, but I will have one, I don't know, as soon as, probably in about a week. Let's take a look. The vapor production isn't bad. I have a feeling I'm a little overfilled on that cart. Let me take a couple hits here. That's better. By comparison, and I know it's one thing in reviews that make it really tough that, you know, people like I Getcha do really good with putting the screen behind them, but, you know, we're just not that high tech. Size comparison, my 510 on the right, diameter, it's a little bit thicker. Actually, not even sure it is thicker. The threads are thicker than anything else that I have. It may be a 1/10 of a millimeter in diameter difference. It's 510. Putting out a good amount of vapor. So I'm not sure how it comes across on video. But the 201 is actually pretty close. It does not beat my 510, but it comes pretty close for me so far. You know, let me run through a couple more atomizers and maybe they'll swap positions. Vapor production, I would probably give an 8 though. The throat hit on them is both of these guys are filled with the same E-small 36 milligram Hilton, by the way. The throat hit is a little less out of the 801. I'm sorry, out of the 201. I'm already assuming it's a 801 clone, but throat hit is less. If the 510 is probably an 8 on throat hit. And it is. The 201. By comparison, is probably a 7. Taste-wise, my taste buds may well be screwed, but I get more taste out of the 510. I know some people say that they get better taste. It's just, it is stronger on the 510. Anyway, let's go ahead and move along. The consistency, so throat hit is a 7 versus an 8 on the 510, at least right now. The consistency is pretty good. I've been vaping on this guy a couple days, pretty much non-stop with the other atomizer. This one I basically smoked through the primer and then got a brand new cart and charged the battery. It's pretty consistent. It gives reasonably decent vapor and throat hit until the battery quits and needs to be charged. The cartridge, you know, obviously it's pretty damn big. It actually holds right at a mil. The 510 holds a half mil, and the J118 or VX2 holds about 0.55 mil by comparison. You know, so the cart life's pretty good. I can't really say at this point how long it lasts, other than, you know, I haven't really run them dry at this point. I've been swapping carts and fluids in and out. So, you know, but cart life is definitely a bit better than the 510 at the least. What else? The switch sensitivity. It is not a microphone activated switch, which is great. Yeah, 510 has the manual. Even then, the auto batteries I still have on the 510 are not all that sensitive. The J118, you can look at it funny, and there it goes. So this guy might actually be a little undersensitive. I can't always tell without looking in the mirror or the video when the LED is cutting out, and I'm not sure because it feels like I'm still getting a hit, but you know, it seems to actually be a little undersensitive. So yeah, I'd actually give the battery sensitivity probably a 7.5. It's not perfect, but it doesn't make you want to throw the thing out the door. You know, it probably could be a little more sensitive than it is, or I could grow some bigger lungs or something. But anyway, the battery life, I'm going to borrow Terrafon's scale, which actually makes a lot of sense. And if not for him and a bunch of other guys, I get you. You know, probably wouldn't even be doing this video now, but the 510, when I'm vaping, I know some of you guys seem to like vape, and then, you know, take a couple hits and leave it alone for an hour, and you say you get 12 hours out of it. I pretty much am vaping nearly non-stop. On the 510, I may get about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours max. I get at least 3 hours out of this guy, so obviously there is a size difference involved there, but battery life is, you know, pretty good. It's also a much larger device. So the draw I actually really like, except for, you know, the whistle tip. It's not like sucking through an empty straw. I really don't like the light draw. It's fairly close to an analog, which again I'm comparing to the 510 and the J118. The 510 is very close, but is obviously the round tip, The J118 is like drawing through an empty straw, very light draw, so it depends on what you like. There's not much I don't like about this guy. It's a pretty neat e-cig. Could be, you know, a little better throat hit, but I think it's definitely going to be added to the stables here. So I'm pretty happy with it overall. We'll see what happens in a couple weeks with it. Hope you like the ghetto screen. $5.10. And there you have it.